Shut up and play.
Hello, I'm Jethro.
I'm Lisbeth.
You're watching
Shut Up and Play.
Today on Shut Up and Play, we're going to... this is an episode of Game Chat.
Chat.
Only because the game we're going to look at today is a 2-to-8 player. And it's called Captain Sonar.
Well, let's shut up and actually... Well, I guess we can't play it,
We can't play it. That's one of the issues. It's Captain Sonar. So we're going to show you what this game looks like and tell you all about it. So I'm going to go ahead and change our view. All right. So Captain Sonar, I said it's 2-to-8 players.
We've played it 2-player and we've played it 6-player.
Yes, we played it 2 and 6-player. You start off with the same maps, and you've got your radio operator, your first mate functions, your captain functions, and your engineer functions. So each person takes a one of these, and they keep it in front of them. And that's the part that they play. Now, when you play fewer players, you obviously double up on some of the
Jobs?
Thank you. Jobs was the word I wanted there. She and I played a 2-player, and it's
when you do a 2-player, you have to make sure do this.
Yes.
Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Which, in some ways, I'm kind of like ashamed that we didn't figure that out quicker because that's how every game works.
Exactly.
But we didn't have a little. I need to do it 2-player again. I think I would set up a checklist beside me to go check 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm done. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Because it is. You can play it real time. I would recommend when you first play it, do it turn by turn because the blue team takes a turn, the red team takes a turn. The blue team takes a turn, the red team takes a turn. And that way you can go through the steps and you don't miss anything. Because if you miss anything, it can really affect you.
Yes, it can really cause problems.
Be a huge problem.
We'll start off with the captain's function. The captain determines what direction you're going. At the start of the game, the captain takes one of these handy-dandy erasable pens and starts you in a position.
Well, I just realized they actually say Captain Sonar on them. That's clever.
Do you have map Alpha 2?
I do.
All right.
You need to pay attention that there's Alpha, I don't remember what the B is. There's like Alpha something, Charlie, Delta, Echo. There's 5 different maps
Beta, anyway.
that you have to make sure that your map is Alpha. It has these islands. He has the Alpha map. It has these islands. You have to have the same islands.
Have the same map, yes.
It's a bit of a battleship idea on steroids.
Yes.
So your captain
as the captain, I would tell my team, all right, we're going to start here.
We didn't name our teams when we played with the kids.
We didn't.
We should have made them name our teams.
Sorry. I was going to call mine Large Italian.
Your team is Large Italian?
Say the rest of it.
Large Italian team?
No.
Large Italian Alpha 2? Large
No.
Italian Captain Sonar?
No.
I don't know.
What is that?
Submarine?
Put it all together.
Large Italian submarine?
There you go.
Okay.
Large Italian sub.
Oh, okay. Whew.
That was a long way to go for that one.
Reach.
All right, so as the captain, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say,
We'd
all
have
right.
been yellow.
Yellow submarine? Oh, very nice. Well done. Much better than my joke.
Sorry. Didn't have to reach for that one.
There was no reach for it all.
All right, so you're captain of
Here's how you play.
the blue team.
All right, so I'm going to say we're going to go north. And so I move up from one dot to another.
Well, wait a minute. He decides where he wants to start his sub.
Yes.
We decide where we're starting our sub. When you play this game, you have these absolutely fabulous little shield thingies that they're on that side, so we can't see them, and I'm on this side, so you can't see me.
Right.
So he's going to pick a spot for his sub. I'm going to pick a spot for my sub, and then the captain's going to decide.
There, I picked a spot for myself.
All
Don't
right.
look, cheater. We're not really playing.
I'm going to do a spot for my sub.
So then, as the captain, I would say, all right, we're going to go north. So we would move north. Now, my first mate, because we're moving, and we've made a move, is going to put a check mark in one of these areas. And this would be the mine, the sub, the drone, the sonar, and the running silent. This one comes into play later if you play more scenarios.
This one?
What are you pointing at?
This one is torpedo. You said sub when you pointed to that.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Torpedo and mine.
Mine and torpedo. So if I'm the first mate, I'm going to go ahead.
Mine.
They call it a mine. I'm going to go ahead and put an X there so that we know that I'm starting to get the torpedo ready. Now, the engineer, because he's the engineer, give it a rush, she's got Captain. Because he's the engineer, because they are the engineer. Oh, shoot. Because they're the engineer. Now, things break on us up. So I said we went north. I cleaned it up.
Oh, I see.
I said we went north, so I would put a mark here that shows this particular system, somewhere in the system might be damaged. So I'll do that. Now, because I have a mark there, none of my green ones will work until that mark gets cleared.
Now,
and yes, go ahead.
Is that the last thing you do?
Well, that's the last thing I do, yes.
Now, his team does that. On my side, you have the radio operator function. You've got this great piece of clear plastic, which is kind of hard to see on a camera.
It's, opaque. No, it's not opaque. It's transparent.
Transparent. You put that over top and you go, okay, well, I think I'm just going to start him in the middle. So on the clear plastic over top, I'm going to put where I think they're started, and I know he went north, so I can go north in one step. You'll see these little dots on here that you're just playing great big connected dots, and then you put your initial in the middle.
No, that's a different game altogether.
So that's what the first mate does on the other team. Then your turn is over.
Then we go over, or whatever you want to indicate that your turn is over, because we're showing you the turn-based function.
Yes. We've not played the other way, but this is enough to remember, because we'll tell you in a minute about playing it with the fam.
Yes.
So now it's red teams, and I go, all right, well, I'm going to travel west.
Now, I obviously have no idea where she's at, so I'm going to assume she's up here somewhere, and she's going to go west.
I did west, so same thing. Then my first mate will check off one of these, and my engineer will go in the west section and check off one of these circles up in here. You'll notice each of the west, bothers me that it doesn't go north, south, east, west. The west, north, south, and east one, they each have one red, one yellow, and one green. They also then connect with circuits to other, I think they are called circuits, right?
They are, yes.
To another one in another quadrant. We'll explain that in just a second. So then we mark off that, we mark off this. We go, all right, we're done. Then it's his turn. Very simple to start out.
Yes. And then I might say, all right, we're going to go west. East.
You have to make sure that somebody here knows his directions.
Yeah.
Which is this nice little compass.
There is.
It's a nice little compass right down here. All right, so you said you went east?
So because I went east, I come over to my sheet and I mark off something. So I already had the green one marked off there. I think I'll go ahead and mark another green one off in here. Plus, because that connects, I'll eventually be able to repair all that. Then I come in here, and I'm going to go ahead and put another mark in the torpedo. So I only need one more mark in here to get my torpedo ready to go.
Those are the basic steps of the game.
And then did you mark? Okay, so you mark where I went.
I did. So now, as you get further and further along...
just go ahead and mark some...
I'm going to go...
So as she's doing that... you have to, like I said, you have to prepare your systems so that you can get them to function. I need one more for the torpedo, and then when that's ready, I'll say, torpedo ready, so that everybody knows the torpedo's ready. Or I might, come over here and do sonar. When you do sonar, you say, all right, I'm doing sonar, and the other team provides you with two coordinates. One of them is the truth, and one is a lie. So if you can see from here, I might say, because let's say I'm here, I might go, I'm in column F, and I might say that I'm in row 10. So column F is the truth, and row 10 is a lie. I can say I'm in column F and sector 3, and that would be a lie. Or I could say I'm in... You get the idea. You're smart. And you keep doing this until you think you're ready to attack the sub.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, you move your sub. Everybody does their jobs on either side. Once each turn, you can choose, if it's ready, to use, and maybe you said this already, to use one of the functions.
Right.
So, first you have to move.
First, you always have to move.
Yes, then the first mate will say, drone is ready, torpedo's ready, sonar's ready, or drone is ready. So like
mine is ready.
What?
You said drone twice. You meant to say mine.
Drone, mine,
Torpedo and sonar.
torpedo, sonar, and silent.
Silent ready.
And then you, like Jethro said, you do whatever steps that allows you to do. If you're dropping a mine, if you're shooting a torpedo, if you're using the drone and the sonar is to try and figure out where they're at. Silent running is a whole different thing. As soon as you do that, what do you have to do? So you've said, okay, we're going to drop a mine. We're going to go through those steps. And then what do you have to do on your first mate thing?
So if you let's say my mine was ready, so it looked just like that. Okay, I got 2 X's in there. So I say, all right, mine ready, and so I have to come in here and I have to erase the marks I made. So now I'm ready to lay another mine.
So he starts all over again from the beginning.
Yep, I do that. I will do that with the torpedo once I fire my torpedo, with the sonar, with all of that. I erase those marks. Now the other neat thing is, so what?
Okay.
Real quick, explain to me the directions for your ship.
You got my. Okay, so I went north. I went north.
Okay.
I went north.
Okay.
East.
All right. So now I think she's here. Excuse me. I think she's right there. But she said she's going east. Well, she can't go east because there's an island there. So I clearly don't have the location where she's at. So I take my sheet and I'll do this with it. And now I can go east.
I went east again.
East again.
And I went south 2 times.
South, south.
Yes.
So now I think she's here. She could also be here, or here, or here. So I have no idea where she's at. And so I've got to pay attention to where she's going and move these things around, move my sheet around to make sure, see if I can spot where she's at. Because if she is here, and if I think she's here and she goes south.
Are you still on camera?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
South. Well, we can't go south anymore. So she's not here. So she's got to be maybe here. So that's how the radio operator does their best to try to find where the other sub is.
As you play it, you'll figure out the strategy of that.
Yes.
It kind of makes sense as you start to go, oh, well, they can't be there. They have to be IC now.
Yeah. And then when you're ready, you say, all right, I'm going to fire a torpedo. A torpedo fires from up to 4 spaces away from where your sub is. So if I think she's here, and I say, and my ship is here, let's say my sub is here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try that again. Let's say I'm here. I want to do a direct hit. So my my torpedo moves 4 spaces. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be in a straight line. It just can't be diagonal. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I say I'm firing my torpedo at 7G.
And I would go on my thing and go 7G. That's right here. That is an absolute miss.
Right. So you can miss. You can have an indirect hit. So let's say.
All right. Well, let's do. You've gotten more. 1, 2, 3.
I think I added an extra one.
Yeah, you didn't do enough.
So what she's trying to make it look like hers does, so you guys can see what it looks like.
Well, you don't draw your lines very well.
I don't draw my lines very well. I'm awful at drawing lines. You might have someone with better penmanship than me when you're doing this.
So let's say he started there. All right, now this is the start.
Oh, sorry.
This is start
of your ship. Yes.
Yes. He wouldn't know that. He guessed that. So now shoot a torpedo. Now shoot the torpedo where you think I am.
All right, I'm going to shoot my torpedo at G3.
G3, that's a hit. Direct.
Direct hit. Now you can play 1 to 2. So if you play one way, you need 4 hits to sink a sub. So she would mark damage.
You'll have on your first mate thing. There's 4 spots here. So I would go mark, mark.
Yeah, a direct hit is 2 marks, and an indirect hit is 1 mark. Now, let's say I fired at G4. Thinking it was, well, let's say I fired at H3.
So that hit right here.
Yeah.
That's a damage, but not direct hit.
It's called an indirect hit because you can get, so if I were to fire here at H3, you'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically, it's a big circle or a big square around the what I fired at. So because she's 1 away, it would have been an indirect hit. So that causes 1 damage on your sub.
Yep. I would just do 1 mark.
And the first person up to 4 damage wins.
Right. Now, the one thing that Jethro didn't talk about is you get your systems all ready. First mate says, "Mine's are ready, sir. Mine's are ready, Captain." Captain needs to know, are there any damages in the circuits? Because on the engineer page, and maybe you talked about this, maybe you didn't.
Talking about it again.
On the engineer page,
confusing.
There's this circuit. I can't use my mines or my torpedo because I have a damage here.
Correct.
So I can't use it. Actually, I can't use any of my systems right now because there's a red, a yellow, or at least 1 red, yellow, or green marked everywhere. This is where the engineer has to kind of talk to the captain to say, hey, I see where we're located, but we really need to go west twice, because if I go west and I go west, then that fills that whole circuit. As soon as that 4th mark is marked on that circuit, I can then erase. This is a terrible eraser on this particular pen.
That's why they give you so many.
I can erase all of these, and I can erase all of those. Then my red ones can be used because none of my red ones are marked. So the engineer has to be continually informing the captain of,
yes,
we need to clear this circuit, because if you want to use these particular functions in your ship, you got to have clear circuits. It shows you at the bottom here, an auto repair is once you mark all of them, you automatically repair it. If ever you fill something all the way in your west, your north, your south, your east column, if all 5 get checked, because the captain's like, nope, we got to charge north, we're going to north, 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 then you're going to take a damage. Once you take a damage, you can clear it. Right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
And then you can also surface, and if you surface, that clears all of that.
And as you play the game, you'll figure out the advantages and the disadvantages to surfacing. Surfacing, then the other sub gets 3 consecutive turns. That they can just take 3 turns in a row. As long as they don't surface, they can move, 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 and they have to tell you what you're doing. Once you surface, you have to tell.
So.
The only time you don't have to tell what you're doing is if you manage to fill up, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 sections in running silent. You can say, we're going to run silent. When you run silent, you get to take 4 moves that you don't have to tell the other team where you're going.
Correct. They got to be in a straight line, but you don't have to tell the other team.
Right. And again, that seems like, oh, well, that makes a really good idea. You know, why wouldn't you build up to that? Well, again, the one problem is you got islands all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other thing that I don't think we mentioned. I can't take my sub and go boom, boom, boom. I can't cross over my line. Correct. I cannot go back to any dot that my sub has been through. I can't come down, go here, and keep going. That's a no-no. You have to be never go back to the same dot twice.
Yeah, you can't call it the same dot twice.
Now, once you surface, you can erase all your lines.
Yes.
And you're kind of starting all over again.
Correct.
But your opponent might know where you surfaced.
So, that's a rough idea.
That's the basics.
It's very basic.
As you play it, you start to go, oh, that makes sense. I have to move this to figure out where they are.
Sorry.
That's okay.
This is a really nice. I mean, this is
very, very well
rock solid.
It is a game you can play 2-player.
Yes, it is.
It was interesting. We are we talking about this now?
Yeah. Let me switch this thing here so we can talk about it. There we go.
We taught it to the family on this past weekend. So it was 6 of us, three versus 3. It was interesting. We weren't surprised with how the dynamics worked out, but it definitely was a slightly different game in that you really had to talk to each other, obviously.
Yes.
And then you kind of got lost because you were so busy talking. Okay, well, we'll do this. Okay, well, wait, whose turn is it? Are we waiting for you or are you waiting for us? So, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thoughts?
Oh, I like the game. It's. I think it would be easy to replay it because you can always pick a different spot to start. Obviously, yeah. I like the game a lot for our family to play together, and I even enjoyed playing it just with you. I would play it just 2-person again. I just have to write down and remember I do everything because, like I said, if you forget to do one of the first mate choices, then you're cutting yourself short. But if you forget to do one of the engineer, then you're not playing fair. Then you're kind of cheating because you didn't check off all your things. So you really have to pay attention to it all. Well designed game, covered with the little wipe erase markers and the plastic overlay, and yeah, I'd like to play it with you with a different map.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I love this game. Love it, love it, love it. This is a great game. I was hoping it would be. We've been searching for it for about a year now, and I believe this is a re-release.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were at one point they had a 2 to 4 player game, and this is the 2 to 8 player game, and that's what you want. And this is a re-release. I believe it just came out. I want to say end of last year, maybe beginning of this year. We bought it down at our store down in Gameskeep in Westchester.
We bought it. Yeah, January? We bought it January 2nd.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is as a reprint, and I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. Like she said, even just 2 players is still a lot of fun. There's a lot more to do, but it's still a lot of fun. What I really want to try is the real time, where instead of taking turns, you're just shouting out commands to your team, and the other radio operator on the other side's got to listen and try to figure out where you're at, and the captain's got to know what's going on, and it's just mass chaos, which is, I'm very much attracted to mass chaos. That's why I married her.
Because the captain is trying to protect his sub while at the same time finding the enemy sub in order to shoot him, but not be found. So that's a lot on the captain's shoulders.
I don't think you could do real-time 2-player. That would be a nightmare.
No, I wouldn't want to try that. No, I would want to do turn by turn.
This game is just absolutely wonderful.
It's a good one.
It's built. Everything's put together. The production values are excellent. It is an excellent game.
I'm a little concerned that if we would play it a whole lot, the markers on, like, see already, these could have been slightly higher quality for me, or like, I don't know, have a peel away over top, because already I feel like I need to take Windex and like really like after we play the game, I almost want to like clean my boards with Windex, but even then you don't want to get it too wet,
right?
Because the marks will stay, and you don't want to damage these. These, while they're hardy and slick, they could be damaged easily. But other than that, yep, I agree with you.
Yep,
good game.
Good game.
Good game.
And again, it's like I said, we played it with 6 players. It was great. I'd love to try it with 8 to see what that's like.
Yeah, everybody having their own job.
Yeah. Hey, like and subscribe if you don't mind. And you can see awesome videos like this one. We can show you new games. Maybe you haven't heard of it. Maybe you have. Maybe you always wondered about it. Well, now you know. And you can only find that by watching us.
And there are playthroughs of this, several, like 3 people versus 3 people. There are, definitely content creators out there that were able to get a group of people together and film playing this game. It just seems to take a long time. So that's why we chose to do it a little bit more. We'll just kind of explain it to you and not necessarily drag you through a playthrough, because it gets confusing quickly to watch somebody. Wait, who did what there? I don't understand. So, yeah.
Hey, we're going to do this even though it's the game chat. Table, shelf, or barn?
Oh, it's a table game for me. Yeah, it's a definite table game. The next time the kids come over, it needs to be played again.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
I know that Glenn and Russell both were they were both the radio operator, and they were very into it.
Yeah.
So, all right, run out and buy it. Take our word for it. Run out and buy it.
It's a good one.
On that note, I'm Jethro.
I'm Lisbeth.
Today is a great day
to shut up and play. Bye. Shut up and play.